Smooth. Someday I'll get better at this again. It's just, it is what it is. It's modern technology.
Always
Welcome
changing.
to Spicy Tea with Bunny and SB. We are so excited you're here. And, we have a really great topic today. It's all about that a girl's number one job is to look hot. Now, I think that Sarah Beth will agree with this less than I do, but I, on our behalf, acknowledge that we're 50-year-old women talking about this, but I think that's one really critical aspect of the hotness job is that it can look different at different stages of life, and it's all about perspective. So we're going to talk through so many different narratives because I just want to congratulate Sarah Beth and I because this was our topic for today long before this became the Discord of the week this week. I know. I mean, it's just been kind of crazy how it blew up and I was like, "Oh, this is kind of perfect. Okay, we'll work with this." And it works out great because Sarah Beth's butt is all over the internet. So she can speak to it directly. Let's see if I can find Sarah Beth's butt. Oh, there it is. Hold on. Just so.
Oh, yep, that's my butt. Yep.
That's my butt. So, SB, what are your initial takes? What are your first thoughts on just the idea that, this whole modesty discord, the hotness factor, as women of any age, that our number one job is to look hot?
It actually goes back to the whole submission topic to your husband. Like, what does your husband think is hot? Mm-hmm. I did a video this morning and I was talking about a friend of mine whose husband loved when she wore Laura Conrad from Kohl's. It's very feminine, flowy, pastels. And he always complimented her. And she was like, okay, I'm going to buy more of that. I'm just going to wear that. And it wasn't revealing, but he loved it. And every time she wore it, he was like, oh, you look so good. So that's what she did. My husband would never ask me to wear that kind of clothes. He asked me to wear what you just saw. He wants me to wear very revealing, tight clothes. That's what he expects. Does he expect it when I'm in mom mode? No. Yep, that's me too. He takes the pictures. He shares it. If you don't want to see it, don't follow him. I don't share it.
Right. That's a good point.
But he does. And I submit to my husband. If that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do. Now, if your husband wants you to wear certain things and he likes the full-length dresses, all covered up, flowers, and a hat, great.
Right.
Great. That's what he asked. The problem comes in when the husband is like, well, what happened to that sundress that you used to wear? Oh, I got rid of it.
Exactly.
I really like you in that. That's when the problem, it's when you have a disconnect with your husband. I had a whole back and forth this morning with somebody and I'm like, okay, if you and your husband are happy and the desire's there and he's not asking you like, hey, where did this go? Why don't you dress up for this? And then great. You're good. My husband, if all of a sudden I was like, I'm going to get rid of all my sling bikinis and my G-string and the thongs that you bought me, we would have a problem. We would have a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. And I do think that's something that I appreciate so much about our friendship and even in partnership through this kind of conversation is we see things very similarly as far as all of this from a submission standpoint, from a hot girl standpoint, from a looking your best no matter what, like your 7 roles, like all of these things we think similarly. But it's also beautiful because we both kind of come at it from a different direction. Like Fort Worth's one of Fort Worth's favorite outfits on me is like the most preppy thing. There's nothing terribly sexual about it. Now, I'm not going to go out to a club or out to a dinner date in that, but he'll give me 15 compliments if I wear like the preppiest clothes ever, which is perfect for me because that's how I was raised. That's my personal vibe. So the fact that that actually turns him on, I'm all for it. But there's nothing sexy or sexual about it. I think that that's what's interesting about kind of the hot girl discourse is there is a lot of subjectivity. There is a lot of room for personal interpretation. You know, I always have to laugh because Fort Worth cannot tell. Like, he does not know if I'm wearing makeup or not, which is shocking to me because to me, I look like a completely different person. But I really don't wear that much makeup, so I guess I get it. But at the same time, you know, the outfit change, I could literally be like in a club, in like a 20-year-old clubbing outfit and no makeup, and he would think it was the hottest thing ever. And I would feel like the most disconnected human being on the planet, like nothing about that. But whenever we go out, whenever we, you know, depending on the venue, it's going to look a little bit differently. But, you know, if we're going out on a sexy kind of date, I'm not wearing a bra. There's going to be strappiness included, you know, involved. If it's a more modest appearing outfit, there's going to be hints at something more sexually, you know, exciting about this piece. Like, there are ways to kind of sex up even, you know, relatively modest things. We don't all have to look like we're at Coachella every day that we step out of the house to be bringing our best to that day and bringing the hotness level that turns our man on.
And it is about your man, right?
Yeah.
There was all this discourse online. Everyone's going back and forth. That's not modest. And it doesn't. The only person that I care about is my husband.
Right.
If he likes it, I wear it. Do I wear different things that I'm with him? Like when I go to the gym, if I'm with him versus not with him? Yeah, I do. I know that it gathers, I get attention from it, but he's okay with it. He wants me to wear it. He buys me the 3-inch little booty shorts that he wants me to wear to the gym. Like you know, it's his way of making sure I stay fit, but
yeah, absolutely. But I think that that's also an important factor because we are in the gym industry and we see this kind of stuff. Like, there's one client in particular, and he's been a long-time client at our gym. He has since gotten married and he's brought his wife into the gym. She's got the hottest body in the gym. Like, she's insane. But she dresses in the most skimpy things ever. I don't know why this keeps doing this. She dresses in the skimpiest outfits ever when she's with him in the gym. And nobody can focus. Like, everybody's losing their minds, men and women alike. But when she comes in alone, she's not dressed like a nun or anything, but she's wearing a sweatshirt. She's wearing a more modest crop top. Like, it's not just strings that are barely holding anything in. It's not, you know, there's a lot of difference. It's a completely different vibe. She still looks lovely. She still looks like herself. It still shows off, you know, that she is an attractive woman, but there's a modesty reserved for the public. And when he's with her, she dresses to respect that, which is huge. And I think, and I know that we'll jump into all of these topics in different ways, but I think the biggest factor for me is I don't understand why, I'll just say women, but people get offended about this kind of conversation once marriage is happening, once kids are happening, once we're older, once, you know, we reach middle age or whatever, or should dress our age, because it's our sexuality, it's our our attractiveness, it's our hotness that initially makes people cross the room and talk to you and becomes your husband. Like, it has to start with something, and it starts with attraction. So why do we allow that to go by the wayside as soon as a real relationship is set in? That doesn't even make any sense.
You know, I've been trying to read some of these comments and some of the ones that you sent me and put myself back in the shoes of when I was pregnant, when I had a baby, and afterwards, right?
Yeah.
Your body goes through a lot of changes. Everybody's body goes through a different change. I was a Oompa Loompa. Like when I was pregnant, I was a Oompa Loompa. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm waddling. I've never waddled in my life.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law, pregnant at the same time, super cute, has a little belly. But our recoveries, every woman's recovery is different.
And every pregnancy that even the same woman has.
Exactly. Every pregnancy is different. If you had a C-section versus if you had natural, if you had some tearing, if you didn't, like, are you bed bound? There are so many things that the women's body go through that they're dealing with. So sometimes I think that I'm trying to think about it in their perspective back in that time in my life. And I could see being like, well, I'm not that 22-year-old anymore. I'm a mom now. Yeah. And she's rediscovering her identity. She's dealing with the changes of her body. And it's like, I have more responsibility now. And she's taking that on. But you also have to bring along the goddess role of, I still want my husband to see me as his wife.
Yeah.
Along with the mother of his children. But the women that are making all these comments, it seems like they're in the 20s, early 30s, have young kids. You're still trying to figure out, how do I manage a house? That is a very difficult time. The first 10 years of having kids is a difficult time. And I don't think everybody does it really well. And you don't have the support system either. You know, your OBGYN doesn't always give you all of the, oh, your hormones are going to change. You got to look at that. Oh, you're going to gain a lot of weight. You want to make sure you change your food. Oh, they don't set you up for success, unfortunately. And then everybody's like, oh yeah, gain the weight. It's okay. You're pregnant. It's like, you know, being healthy is like the best life hack you have access to. You should use it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Which is another reason why I always, and I know, you know, people who follow my work consistently probably get tired of me saying the same things, but it's like, the healthier you are going into your pregnancy, the more, even if you're not, because I mean, with my third pregnancy, I was physically unable to exercise for about 5 months. And it drove me crazy because I'm a fitness girl. Like, my husband was an exercise physiologist. Like, it mattered, but there was nothing that could be done about it. But like, it still, that habit was still there. So I'm still being as active as I'm able to be. I'm able to recover so much faster once the child is born. Like, all of these factors, you know, and so I got married at 19. So my first baby was right before I turned 21. It was essentially 21, but a month before. My second was like 22. My third was 28. There was a big difference between the recovery at 28, even 28 years old, and the recovery that I had, you know, at 21 and 22. Like, that's a big difference. Yep. Just in the body and the way the body responds. And it was very different. And it was a very different kind of mind shift that I went through just from a body physicality standpoint.
But I think that from the male perspective is, and someone made a comment on one of our discourse going on out there. He's like, are you making effort? Like, is the effort there? It's not just, I'm not going to wear those hot clothes anymore. Sorry, you're going to have to deal with it.
Exactly.
it's the effort of I'm trying. I don't know how to manage all the kids and be active, or
Yeah.
I'm trying to dress nice. I'm so tired. Like if you're putting it those first 10 years of figuring out the family system with your kids, as long as the husband and the wife think the other is making an effort and they see it and you're not just sitting and doing nothing, it's going to go a long way. It's I'm not going to do that. It's my body. I don't have to look sexy for you. It doesn't matter, is what puts, I think, men off versus I'm tired. I don't know what to do. Can you help me? What is it? What can we do together so that we're both feeling, but I don't want to lose my wife and I don't want you to lose that part of you.
Yeah.
You need to have the other roles. Like we can't just, oh, I'm a mom. I'm just going to be a mom forever. And then all of a sudden, 18 years later, you're an empty nester and you're like, who am I?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I think that speaks to like, from a hotness standpoint, let's say, or an attractiveness standpoint, depending on kind of how you want to approach the name, and a naturally attractive woman who puts in no effort, who has a rough personality about it, who doesn't really think that she should have to do that or put in that kind of effort, versus a medium attractive woman or even an unattractive who goes through the motions of making sure that her presentation is as nice as she can in that moment with the tools that she has to make herself as hot, as attractive, as beautiful, however you want to approach it, so that she feels confident. It's to me, it's as much for him as it is for me. If I look good for him, if I'm putting in the effort for whatever reason, it's going to also make me feel more confident. And that just adds to the positive kind of vibe of looking good. Like it's the attitude behind the appearance.
And what you're modeling to your kids. I do follow a good amount of Instagram people who are active with their kids and teaching them how to do power cleans and squats, and like they're playing with them and throwing them up. They can do all of that, one, because they're fit. Yes. And they are modeling good behavior for your kids. So you're getting fit, you're staying fit, it's a good model for your kids, and your husband's gonna love it.
Yeah.
As a mom, absolutely. As a wife. Yeah.
Absolutely.
But
so here's what I'm. Oh,
yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, do you think that most women are looking good, looking hot for their man? They're looking hot for themselves, or they're looking hot for other women?
Oh, that is really tough, because I've been talking a lot about how the intent and behaviors don't match.
Yeah.
And because I'm seeing that over and over again. Like there was a woman who blocked me because my husband shared my butt, but she didn't block him.
Even though he's actually the one who shared it.
Right. So I'm like, I put in there, I'm like, if you don't want to see it, then you should really block him, because he's the one who shares it. Like what is the intent? To your point, like, are you looking good for your husband, or are you looking good to show other women or men, or to get the attention? I think most women do it for other women. I think they don't like the judgment, right? Yeah. So it really bugs me when women start to attack me because they're like, why aren't you modest? Why aren't you covering yourself up? And I'm like, are we submitting to our husbands or not? Like he wants to share it. He took the picture. This is what we do. He likes to put me out there. Okay. Like, I dress for him. I dress for me. It makes me feel more confident. But I do think that us women come at each other pretty harshly, and I don't I don't like it. I want women to be exceptional, and that's kind of what I'm trying to do with my platform, and point it out in a positive way of, do you see what you're doing here? Do you see how what you're saying and what you're doing is totally two different things?
Yeah, I agree. And I, my argument is always, when we're left to our own devices, when we're just home alone, do you realize how shitty we look? Like, we've got our hair up in whatever, we've got no makeup on, we've got the most oversized clothes, maybe even our husband's clothes. We're not eating anything real. Like, for the most part, girls on their own, left to their own devices, we're just shit shows. We're not looking good. We don't care. So to say that I'm just dressing well for myself is bullshit. But I do agree with you that when we leave the house, it's as much for other women because of the judgment factor. Because I think that this, and I'm gonna pull this woman up because she's, I think a girl that you went back and forth with a little bit. And I think that if I can get all my things to work, I think this is a good example, because she was like, I don't dress up for my husband. Women should wear what they want.
Right. But she's got a life hack. I mean, our back and forth was very, very cordial, very polite.
Yeah.
And she has a life hack that I'm not saying she takes for granted, but the fact that she is a fitness girl.
It
takes, I mean, you don't have to overly dress anyway when you're a fitness girl, because you look good in everything.
Yeah.
And so the desire isn't going anywhere. But if she was 100 pounds overweight and wearing that, maybe, I mean, I'm guessing her husband is also fit.
Yeah.
Right?
And I think she said she's 57 years old.
Right. I mean, she's sitting at like what, 15% body fat left?
Oh, easily.
So when you are that fit, you can wear whatever the heck you want to wear.
Yeah.
Because it is no doubt in anyone's mind, you look good naked.
But I think that that's a good example. She says, I don't dress for my husband. I don't dress in a way that he needs, that I need his validation. But I do think it's fair to say that women are, going to be inspired or envious or whatnot whenever they see a woman walking around with, 15% body fat.
But they're still going to attack her. They're still attacking her in this comment section. She looks like a guy. Her hair's too short, blah, blah, blah. It's like, honestly, if that's her look and her husband likes it,
yeah,
doesn't matter. But she is so fit, she can wear whatever the heck she wants to wear.
Yeah. Well, and that's where like, where beauty does become, there are certain aspects of beauty that are completely objective. There's symmetry. There's all these kind of biological things, but it's also subjective, and everyone has a type. Some guys don't like tits. Some guys are tits guys. Some guys don't care about the ass. Some guys are ass guys. Some guys want a soft woman. Some guys really genuinely love good curves. Some would rather 15% body fat, 24/7, 365 for, 50 years. It's subjective.
Oh, it's definitely very subjective. And like a lot of to me, so many of those women look the same. I don't know.
This may be just my poor example, but I think that there's something to be said for a difference in just the symmetry, the breasts, the hips, the ass, the leg, the heaviness of different proportions. Yes, these women do look very much the same, but
I mean, they look very much the same, but here's the thing, it's curves. Curves
Yeah.
make you look feminine.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
some men like them thicker than others. And that's fine. I mean, most men like some kind of curves. That's what makes you feminine. But not everybody, and not every woman's body is built that way.
Right.
But
yeah,
I just the hard part for me is the women attacking each other when you're a hot girl. Like I went through the comments and people say, oh, porn brain and all. And I'm thinking, this has happened my whole life.
Right.
Fine. Whatever. You want to attack me because I'm fit, because I put a priority on it. Fine. But women do this for each other, because I'll tell you, the BBLs and the giant lashes that women put on their face, men are not, they could care less about that.
Yeah.
They want you to look feminine. They want, you to look, put a little bit of makeup on, natural, very natural though. They don't want the magic makeup. They wake up one morning and they're like, oh my gosh, who are you? I don't know who you are. What happened? And some do want a very modest woman.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But it doesn't matter. I don't know. I just, the whole women hatred thing on this post, along with some of the other ones you sent me against each other, like, and then being this whole, well, I don't care what my man says. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm like,
right.
It's very selfish. To me, it's selfish. I picked that man for a reason.
Yeah.
And I want him to win. I want to be a part of why he wins. And I want him to be proud of me being on his arm. Then why'd you marry him?
Yeah.
If you don't care about what he thinks. It's one man. You care about one man. I mean, you should.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know, I do think that the shift oftentimes is, like you said, a hormonal identity shift when motherhood comes into the story. But oftentimes that was always part of the story. It was always part of the plan. So why I don't think I'll ever really understand why that happens so profoundly with some, and why that becomes the reason. Now, listen, I have mom swimsuits. I have mom, like, they don't look like boy shorts and t-shirts. They still are feminine swimsuits, but they're certainly more covered up than if I were at Hedonism with Fort Worth. Like, it's going to be a different vibe, right? So, there are different personas, there are different outfits, there are different ways that we present ourselves, given whether we're going to church with our great grandmother, whether we're going to a strip club with our man, whether we're going to a PTO meeting, and that's normal. But let's not confuse everything with a PTO meeting.
Exactly. There is, and you also have to provide the opportunity to go to those different places, right?
Yes.
I'm not really good at the mom suits. I usually throw on a pair of swim shorts over something. I don't have a lot of mom suits. I'm not great at that. And for those who care, there's another picture of my butt out on the internet because my husband posted another picture.
I think, did I start? Hold on. I was going to have it like up when we started the conversation.
He's calling this the butt broadcast. He's loving every minute of it.
Oh, how funny. Come on.
But
now I can't find what I'm looking.
Yeah, the ability to dress for the place that you're going, we've made everything so casual and big that most people yeah, that my goodness, my butt's gonna be famous.
Noble's never been happier.
I know. We've taken away the dress for the occasion. Like
Yeah.
when I fly, I dress. I want to be put together. You get treated
Yes.
differently when you dress certain ways. Yes, you dress different when you go to a PTO, PTA versus going to, the club or to dinner. You're going to a nice dinner. When I go into Scottsdale, I wear different clothes.
Yeah.
I dress appropriately, so I get treated well. I'm usually overdressed for wherever we go, but that's what I
And
like
it's
to
my
do.
opinion that you always should be. You should
Yeah,
always be dressed one notch better than where you're going. Like you're always
yes.
going to something better later. Like period. It's just a way of making sure that
But
your
people aren't
appearance is
doing.
always elevated.
Why do you think we're not doing that? I mean, men aren't doing it either. I mean,
No.
when Noble and I go to dinner, we are constantly looking around like, is that a baseball cap? Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here? The informality that it's like, why didn't you just stay home and make food? Like, why even go out if you're not gonna treat it like an experience? It's like it's not experiences anymore. It's just like it's like a flex. Yeah, I wear my casual clothes to this 5-star restaurant. That's whatever.
Yeah.
It's like we need dress codes. Like I want dress codes back.
Yeah, I agree. And I mean, I think that this gets into all nature of kind of the last 6-10 years. But, I think that also nobody's eating at home anymore. So there is nothing special about eating out at any
Right.
level of restaurant or,
That's true.
think of when we were, I mean, I'm not trying to make us sound old, but think of when we were kids. We did not have drinks with us. We did not have cans of drink. We did not have bottles of water. We did not have a to-go cup with us 24/7. Nobody did. Like that was not a thing. There were all kinds of things that we weren't constantly ingesting like we are now. So there is nothing special about even fine dining anymore for the majority of people in the United States. I'm going to preface this to be
Yeah.
this is stateside conversation,
It is.
but like there's nothing. It's all rushed. We're all just stuffing ourselves all the time. We're all eating whether we're hungry or not. We're all drinking constantly. We're drinking as many calories as we're eating every day. And so there is nothing special about the restaurants or the experience of that. That used to be something you did on like Sunday afternoons or a special occasion or mom's birthday or you were getting engaged or it was a hot date night. Like it was an event to do something like go out to dinner, It was not.
It's interesting you say that. I follow Caleb Hammer. He does financial. He's got a YouTube channel. He brings people on and kind of goes through their finances and basically.
Oh, I love
tells them,
him. Yes, that guy.
Right.
Glasses.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So he was saying on I forget what podcast, probably like Rogan or whatever, and he was like, we have so much disposable income that we're ordering out every day.
Yeah.
Like that blows my mind. Like we make a good living. I meal prep every week.
Yeah.
I make cheeseburgers for the week. Like I'm like, okay, they're set. Then you can just heat it up and go. And we've got our breakfast. I got eggs. I got lunch. I mean, we eat at home most of the time. We go out a couple times a week, but we eat at home most of the time. But when I see, even when we go out and I see the DoorDash coming in, our favorite Asian place, it's like, it's constant. And I'm thinking, how can you afford that? Like, I don't understand.
People will spend $40 to get a $10 Starbucks order to themselves. Like, I mean, all day, every day without batting an eye.
Yeah.
I mean, I know this is a whole other conversation, but it all adds to this this overreaching conversation of just hotness factor and the presentation that always bringing your best to the world requires, and it requires effort, and it requires kind of an awareness of making things special again, making things worthy of of dressing well and of presenting yourself well.
Yeah, there is a, everybody has a Birkin, everybody has a Coach like Coach isn't even like the high brand anymore. It's like, oh, you don't have a Louis Vuitton. It's like, I mean, the consumerism has just exploded, right? Like it's just it has taken the specialness out of so much, whether it's shopping, whether it's food. I keep seeing these experience restaurants come up, like coming, it's like a ship, like you're eating on or having a drink on a ship, or you're going on a train, or you're like, they keep trying to like one up each other.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like it's a bit much. I know that we've kind of got off topic from the modesty. But modesty doesn't have to be moo-boos.
Right.
Like, and maybe I'm dating myself by using that term because I don't know.
I saw a woman on like Instagram the other day, and I swear, I don't know what she was calling it, but it was a muumuu that this woman was wearing.
I don't quite get that. Like, even at home, I know you were saying like at home, you're like in baggy. I'm not like, I don't think, every once in a while I wear like a big shirt and stuff, my Kuromi shirt, but most of the time I have on like booty shorts or my bikini or whatever. When my son is here, a little bit different because I only have him 50% of the time. But for the most part, I have all these clothes. I could wear them all.
Yeah.
Doesn't anybody have like a wardrobe full of clothes? Like, when do you wear all of it? If you're wearing the same muumuu all the time, like, why have all these clothes?
Right. Well, and then it becomes, let's have a party, and that make the theme. I never get to wear this outfit, so I'm going to wear it here, so that they can look attractive for other women. Post it on social, get the attention without the investment.
Yeah, the attention thing is something that women don't want to. They don't want to admit.
Yeah.
Honestly, it took me a bit to admit that attention is what I was seeking by what I was wearing and how I was acting in public and what I was doing. It was for attention.
Yeah.
Now, if I get attention, I know people are looking at me, but like overall attention, like more attention than normal from a guy that's not my husband, like the RBF is like automatic. It's like,
yeah.
I don't think so. Like sometimes when I take my Jeep top off and I've got my music blaring and I'm dancing and I'm having a good time in my Jeep, and I'm like, I get a lot of attention.
You're clearly in a string bikini.
Yeah. I'm not dating
apparently you
out
always
there.
are off in a string bikini.
He put a new one on X, and he was able to make me the bikini. Oh, there's another one. He made me a bikini model for a brand that we partner with for an Arizona suit. So he put that. There it is.
In case anybody was wondering what your best ass looks like.
I mean, yeah. Anybody need some more pictures of my butt?
Is this in honor of Arizona? That you're so patriotic.
I'll tell you, we saw they posted one of Texas, I think, and we were like,
really?
I want you to make one for Arizona. And they were like, okay, we'll send it to you. So they made it, and we did a whole photo shoot, and they put it out there, and there's other people have purchased it and stuff.
I love that. I love that.
So,
okay, let me pull up. So, I mean, everybody's kind of gotten a hold of this conversation topic this week for good reason. It's a good one. But since we're the chicks who have no problem talking about female sexuality and presentation and all this, so I kind of wanted to go through. SB, can you read this okay? Or I don't know what kind of screen you're.
No, that's fine. I'll pull it up on I think you sent this one to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of just one of many, but I just kind of wanted to go through because this Brittany girl in particular was very vocal in a lot of the kind of back and forth, for better or worse. I mean, we all come at this with our opinions and our belief systems. So, number one, a woman's body changes after a baby. Yeah, no shit.
Yeah.
She can still be attractive, but not always in the same way. Mourning the loss of the shape you were used to while your husband is guilting you about getting rid of clothes that don't fit you anymore and never will again. Okay.
Yeah.
So first of all, I'm going to say, everybody's different. I didn't experience this. I didn't have this problem. I didn't have any problem getting back to my pre-baby weight or my pre-baby shape or any of these factors that she's kind of talking about, mourning the loss of. Yes, some pregnancies were a little bit more difficult to bounce back from, but I don't know that I ever experienced mourning the loss of the shape that I was used to that attracted my husband. But I do agree that you can still be attractive, but not always in the same way. Like there are different ways that through the seasons, we shift that hot factor, that attractiveness factor. So what are your thoughts on Brittany's number one?
Yeah, the reframe that I would do on that one is that sounds like a husband that doesn't quite understand the impact of pregnancy that can happen on a woman's body.
Yeah.
Like if I would have been able to have children with my exceptional husband, Noble, he would have made me feel so amazing about being this pregnant woman. Like, you have a life inside you. Like, this is amazing. Look at what you did. Look at it would have been this like birth into a new chapter of our lives. And it would have been like, this is what we're going to do next. And it would have been this very exciting thing. And my body's going to change. And he would have been like, yeah, okay. So your boobs are hanging lower and you've like, we'll get that back. Your energy will come back. We can do this together. I mean, it would have been more of a big celebratory, and he would have been very supportive. I know that's what he would have done.
Yeah.
To me, this is a woman feeling a little bit more alone and her husband not being exposed or prepared for how a woman's body might change. And he's probably just been told, like, oh, she's not going to wear her hot clothes and you're going to have to deal with it. And to me, it's I'm going to pull Scott Adams with the reframe. Like, I think that there needs to be a bit more of a reframe on that.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. 2, a woman's sex drive is based in hormones, not her mental state. Women should make efforts to be attracted to their husbands, but that is not the same thing as sexual arousal.
I mean, we've talked a lot about hormones. And it's another thing that systemically, I don't think that our OBGYNs do a really good job of helping women understand that journey and what's going to happen. She's right. The sexual arousal thing, I think, is a big mystery to women. First of all, I don't think we've talked about I don't think most women knows how to get themselves off all the time. Like it's because no one teaches you. You have to just kind of explore and kind of figure it out, because who's going to talk to you about that?
Right.
Other than other friends. But the hormone thing, to me, this is systemic. I don't know about you, but my OBGYN did not have that whole conversation with me and really set me up for success on like, okay, your body's going to go through all these changes and you're going to have to, get these tests. Like I didn't have any of that.
I don't know. I had really great doctors.
Oh,
I just did. Great. I had the greatest doctors. I had an exceptional, sorry. I'm like, I just don't know what that's like. It's like every horrible thing that women are complaining about. I'm like, I don't get it. I had an I had exceptional experiences, but I'm also just super, lucky in that way. I do think, as far as like women's sex drive, hormones, mental state, sexual arousal, I think that there's a real disconnect in a woman's brain that sexual arousal for us looks like it does for teenage boys. Like where we just can't help ourselves. We've just got to jump on a dick. Like, and that's really oftentimes short of like Samantha on Sex and the City or something. Yes, there are certainly times where arousal is very testosterone based, like very, very native. But for the most part, I'm going to say that female arousal is very mental. It is very like you have to kind of close the 50 tabs that are going in your brain so you can kind of allow yourself to be excited that your husband's in the room and is touching you and things like that. There are a lot of mental hurdles, and which is why I disagree with her saying that women's sex drive is based in hormones as if that's the only thing that affects it, not her mental state. And I've got to disagree with that,
That's true. No, I agree with you there. I definitely think that your mental state is part of your sexual arousal, along with the hormones and just kind of knowing your body. Like I have music that helps me get in the mood. I have tequila that helps me get in the mood. I have some THC that helps me get in the mood. Like I have a long list of things that can get me in the mood, depending on where you are in your cycle. I mean, all those phases, I didn't know. I honestly don't know all the phases. I know I probably should because I'm female. It's not something we talked about going. Now it's like every influencer who talks about women talks about the phases. And I'm like, that's great. It's great that they have this knowledge. I hope they're using it.
Yeah.
But you need to know, like, how do I get myself in the mood? And that's why the 7 roles, when I look at Goddess and I'm like, have I initiated with him? Like, that's my reminder. When I look at that role and I go, have I initiated with him this week? No. Okay. Am I having a problem? Is there something going on with me? And I hold myself accountable to that because I want him to know that I desire him. I find him sexy. There's no disconnect between us. But when we have a mental disconnect, it is a problem.
Yeah.
We have to stop and like just work it out.
Well, it's very difficult to be sexually aroused when there's a mental disconnect between you and your partner.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Number 3 on Brittany's list here. Motherhood in general is not sexy. Mothers can be pretty and trim and healthy, but when you have babies nursing and toddlers climbing and wallering on you, I don't know what wallering is, but it doesn't sound fun. Sex is not a physical priority. Husbands should be patient with wives about this, and wives should make more effort not to neglect their husbands. I think that more wives, if they truly looked at their joy of motherhood as, I'm excited to be able to be an adult again over here with my husband and have something to look forward to in the adult time. Yes, there's nothing more adult than parenthood, right? But like the sexy adult time, I think that what happens with too many women in particular is this kind of switch of mindset, this switch of identity. If my baby's nursing and if my, toddler's running around and like, all this stuff all day, which I was a stay-at-home mom, I had this world. Like, and trust me, when 7:30 came and it was bedtime, and my kids still tease me, they're all in their 20s, and they all still tease me that their bedtime was 7:30. Period. And but then it was time that I could be just a wife again. I could truly give everything to being a wife. And that was incredible because, that's what I don't understand. It's like, it's kind of like shutting the laptop at the end of the day. No, you're never not a mom. You're never not a parent. But at the same time, there is a shift in mindset that can happen if it's not such an all-encompassing mentality where you're getting run over by the children, you know. But I was always big on schedules, and I mean, we had schedules. We had kind of the things that always happened the same way, and it was very predictable. And I always tell my kids, I say, whenever you guys start having children, I'll give you all the secrets that were passed down to me, because I swear by them. You gotta have these things. But then you do, like 8 o'clock comes and you're like, okay, I've kind of shifted mindset. I'm not in mommy mode anymore. I've maybe gotten a shower, I've washed the spit up off. I've maybe taken my first shower of the day, depending on what season you're in, and I'm ready for maybe to have a little drink. I'm ready to curl up on the couch and watch a movie with my man. I'm ready for, like, to feel attractive to this man that's in my life. And this is where the hotness comes in. This is where, like, the sexy lingerie, even if it's different than it was a couple of body sizes ago or whatnot, like, this is where these kinds of things and habits I think this is back to our conversation we had last show about, like, these fitness habits. It's a habit to not let yourself just get schlumpy. It's yeah.
Yeah, and I think, I remember growing up and seeing my parents make out in the kitchen. Like, they'd be like cuddling and kissing, and I'm like, good gravy. Seriously, again? And it was important, though, because then I saw them as a couple, not just as my mom and dad. It was uncomfortable for me, but looking back, I can understand why it was important for them. Now I can do that with my husband in their kitchen, and it's kind of funny because they're like, oh yeah, I remember that. Like, I remember when you hated that.
Exactly.
In my kitchen with Noble, if my son, nonverbal autistic, does, he's very different than, a normal child, but he'll stand there and look at us like, really? Like, why are you touching my mom? You can walk away now. Like, but it's that uncomfortable. You don't have to be like tongues flying everywhere and hands on boobs and butts and whatever, but the hugging, the little pat on the butt, the little snuggling, to let your kids know we have a relationship. We care about you. We made you. You are our children, and we love you. But she is also my wife, the husband. This is what it looks like.
Yeah.
And that's good. I mean, mothers, I don't know why we would say that in general it's not sexy. Like, I think that many men, when they watch their wife become a mom, they're just like, whoa, like, you are amazing. Like, they love that. And it's not like the sexual sexy, but it's this pride. It's this, you are, watching this woman change and be the mother of your children it's invigorating to many men. I don't know about all men. I can speak for what I hear about from Noble and such, but I don't know. I think that, yes, he loves a MILF. He loves a good MILF. I've
hardly come across a man that doesn't, even after he's kind of had all he's made all of his kids or whatever, doesn't go, ooh, she looks great. Like, there's nothing more beautiful than a pregnant woman when a pregnant woman comes into the room. Like, there's youthfulness there. There's a glow there, even if she's absolutely miserable. Like, there's a different energy to a pregnant woman that's just undeniable. And it is beautiful, and it is sexy, and it is, because it's anything that's attractive in us. I mean, there's nothing more sexual than a pregnant woman. How do you think that got there? Like,
right?
That is sexy. That makes it hot.
I can't help this next one.
Go for it. Let's see. Okay. 4.
It's bad.
Let me get back.
I think this one This is bad.
Nobody is going to get to remain married to the same person for their whole lives. People get sick or injured. Men go bald. That's random. Women get diastasis. I don't know what recti. I don't know what that is. It's not always about getting fat. And more than that, we don't stop maturing on our wedding day. Thank goodness. The man you're describing here is selfish and hollow for not appreciating his wife's growth and for being disappointed that she's not the hot girl he married. Go for it.
I mean, her response is to Pat Stedman.
Yeah.
Right. And if you know his work,
So
his
good.
intent is good. Like when you read what he's talking about, the norm, he's not talking about the fringe. And I feel like a lot of the people out there kind of go into these fringe examples. I sometimes get sucked in there because when I see some of the posts out there, I'm like, that's not me. I did this divorce thing wrong, I guess. Like, or, oh, that's not me. I guess I do corporate leader wrong. So I try to, keep that to myself because I know I'm on the fringe. He's talking about the mass majority and what is commonly, what is actually happening. When new moms decide to permanently and totally eliminate their identity as a sex object, and everyone's like, sex object, I'm not an object. But the intent in what he's saying is what a lot of men are feeling.
Yeah.
They find this woman, they fall in love with the way she looks, the way she thinks. They're going to grow together on this journey. And then she gets pregnant and then, oh my goodness, we're going to start a family. And then she becomes this totally different person.
Yeah.
And not different in like a good way, but I'm just going to let myself go and I'm not going to dress up and I'm not going to wash my hair and I'm not going to ever dress something sexy. Like you want to be a sexual object to your husband. But that piece is what a lot of women out there got really upset about. But that number 4 is just so many random things. Yeah, people get sick. Yeah, that's a fringe. That's a fringe example, and it's a very unfortunate. And I hope people who lose their husband or their wife find love again and are not alone. Like I don't understand where she was going with this. She's trying to say that the men that Pat's talking about are childish because they're not appreciating their wife's growth and they want her to stay a child. And I'm not quite sure how she was getting that. And maturing sexy doesn't go away when you mature.
No.
Sexy just gets better.
Yeah.
And more confident. You get more confident the older you get in it. That's sexy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I mean, and how strange. It's like, even her first sentence really irks me here on number 4, because it's like, nobody's going to get to remain married to the same person their whole lives. Granted, neither of us are married to the original people that we married, but what part of the vows do you not hear when you're saying that? You don't go into it going, till death do us part, or, until I get sick of you. You don't do that. You go into it going, we're going to be the exception. We're going to be the ones that everybody is looking at after our 60-year anniversary. We're going to be the ones who make it,
Yes. That's the whole,
I'm not losing a husband because he goes bald. Like what? Like I don't understand even her examples. It doesn't even make sense.
I mean, I don't want to read too far into it, but that seems like a bit of projection of something that happened in her life.
Yeah.
And I went into my first marriage saying divorce is not an option.
Yeah.
We still got divorced. It happens. It's unfortunate. You feel like kind of failed. You're like, I thought I made a good decision and I didn't, and I should have saw flags, and and you grow from that. And then hopefully I wanted to get married again. I know not everybody, they go through divorce and then they're like, never getting married again. I wanted to do life with somebody, and now I have an exceptional marriage. I mean, we talk about everything. We talk everything to death. There is no, let's not talk about that anymore. That never happens. Like, we talk about everything to death. And that's just very sad to me, to go into marriage thinking you're not going to be married to that person. Like, that's the goal. Like, that's winning. Like, my parents have been together 50 plus years. It's like, it's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Mine too. And it was very cute. I talked to my dad. Well, I talked to both of my parents, but I talked to my dad in particular on a schedule, because we do a lot of things by schedules in our family, but every Tuesday. And this week he was talking about how much he still loves my mom. And it was just precious. I was just like, I don't know why he felt the need to talk to me about it, but he just did. And I was just thrilled by that.
That's amazing.
I mean, know.
I was looking at one of the other posts you put, because you sent me a couple. That was one of them. Can we talk about swimsuits?
Yeah, let's talk about swimsuits. What do you want to talk about?
Well, I saw that, what you sent me, and I actually made a post of it, and I'm like, you can get one-piece swimsuits that are still going to look appropriate for a family environment, but sexy to your man, right? Like that I wouldn't necessarily wear to a family affair. But there was, like, if you go to the TikTok shop and you put in swimsuit, you will find, hey, that's not my butt.
I love this one. It's so true. I'm trying to think of what you're talking about with the swimsuit.
Oh, there was 4 swimsuits I put out there, and it was, I have one from Honey Birdette that I put out there, and that one was probably a little bit more racy, but I don't do mom suits very well. But there was a lot of one pieces and the cutouts on the side on TikTok shop that were sexy enough that that your husband would like it, and you would look like, I'm still looking sexy, and not like a swim dress. Like, I think that some are taking a little bit too far. The mom suit a little bit too far.
Yeah.
If you stay fit, you can wear these cutouts and these. They make.
Here we go. I'm sorry. Keep talking. I found your post.
Yeah, they still have the swimsuit. They're starting to put corsets in there. So I do think, that you can get modest swimsuits that still let your man be like, oh yeah, that's mine, right? Like, that one even has like a little sarong on it. You've got a 2-piece that's gonna cover the whole butt. You don't have to show your butt like I do. Obviously, my butt's all over the internet. I have that one. It's not the easiest to remember how to put on, but
I bet.
And I mean, this one, someone's like, oh, I really like that one. I'm like, yeah, it covers you up. It's not a whole lot of cleavage, but it shows just enough that my butt would still eat that. Like,
I was going to say, even just strappy like that, I look like a porn star when I wear anything that's just those thin straps like that. Yeah. I do better with just a complete strapless than I do with straps. Because with straps, I look like the straps are about to break, and they may.
And I would say that the strap, the ties on the side are a little dangerous if you have kids, because if they're clawing on you, they could undo them. I've had it happen. So I understand that you have to be a little bit strategic when you're a mom, because if you have kids crawling on you, you want to make sure you kind of no wardrobe malfunction. But I think that there's a lot of options out there.
Mike has a great point. The red Baywatch one piece is always a classic. Think Farrah Fawcett, think Baywatch. It couldn't be more modest. it's literally just a one-piece swimsuit and yet sexy as hell.
It is. It is.
Good point, Mike.
And it's got more coverage than the red one that my husband put out there. Like that is not the Baywatch suit. That is
Noble will not be buying the Baywatch suit unless it's to recreate a running video.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he buys he buys a lot of suits for me. I have a lot. I have a couple
well, you
right
guys
now.
do live in Arizona. You have a pool. I mean, it makes sense.
I do have a lot of opportunities to wear the suit in my backyard. So, but yeah, he does buy a lot. My organization of suits is, I'm redoing it all the time and getting rid of some.
Oh, sorry. Do you think that looking hot is part of the female social contract?
Part of the female social contract. What do you mean by that?
Do you think that women are judged visually before anything else? And do you think refusing to acknowledge that because they're out in the world and because you're right, because even going to the grocery store, you kind of touched on this earlier, even going to the grocery store, if I'm in a dress and heels, people are apologizing for being in my way who aren't in my way.
Yep.
There are people quite literally, even as an invisible 50 or almost 50-year-old woman, tripping over themselves to help me, to see if I need anything, to move out of my way, women, children, and men alike. Like it matters the way that we present ourselves. I think that's where that social contract thing comes in. It's like,
yeah, I agree. And I think that you get compliments I've gotten compliments from women that have left a mark because I had a cute outfit on and I was just going into the grocery store and this woman's like, that is on point. You look great. And I was like, when you get a compliment from another woman,
yeah,
it hits different. It hits different. And I love that. When I get compliments from women, I do like to create new outfits and I like to feel cute. It gives me confidence and you get treated different. To your point, you definitely get treated different, whether you're in the store. If I walk into White House Black Market and I look like I belong there, I get treated differently.
Yeah. Fort Worth loves to tell stories about how I always get things free whenever I'm dressed well. He's like, she gets discounts no one else gets. He loves to tell these, and it's a lot of it is true. I mean, he likes to exaggerate, but it's pretty close because it's people treat, and this is since COVID or pre-COVID, because I do think that there was definitely a major shift that went back. I think that the world is finally starting to kind of heal a little from that, but I think a big part is because we have Ozempic and all of those kinds of family of drugs. And people are going, oh, I actually like being thin. Never mind. I forget. I'm kidding about that. And that's a whole other, I've got some posts there that I would love to touch on just from that kind of standpoint that have nothing to do with Ozempic, but just kind of like that getting back in shape after divorce thing. But, I think the saddest thing that a woman can do is not acknowledge the power that she has by presenting herself well.
But not taking it too far to entitlement.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's the piece that gets a little bit much, because I'm with you. Like, even when I was young, my smile seems to get me lots of free stuff.
Oh,
my mom
definitely does.
Did he just give you a pair of earrings? Like, we were in Florida in a place and he gave me a pair of earrings. And my mom was like, the store just gave you a pair of earrings. Like, who does that? Like, who just gets free stuff? I'm like, all he did was smile. Like, I'm just a happy person. Like, I don't know.
I love that.
The way you present yourself 100% gets you treated differently. You have more confidence and it's infectious to other people. So
yeah.
I do think that you're right. There is some kind of social contract. I do think people have taken it to a bit too much with the entitlement of
Yeah.
like, you know who I am? Like, do you see me? And do you really think you can talk to me? It's like, come on. Like,
Fair. And I think that that's another kind of a level of subjectivity on that hotness scale. Like in, let's say, Miami, you're not going to be rewarded for being hot and super friendly. You're going to be rewarded for being like, I don't think you deserve me. My cost of entry is $31,000. Like, but seriously, but like in Dallas, or in Fort Worth, being well dressed, being kind, speaking to people, being personable, having, not taking yourself too terribly seriously. Yeah, I think that there's a difference in entitlement factor depending on kind of subjectively where you are in season of life, in the world, in all kind. There are places where even when I lived in Wisconsin, the first few months, and I've told this story before, I had a woman come up to me and she said, if we were in Boston, you'd get slapped for that. And all I was doing was being like Texas friendly. I was just being a friendly person. I said, well, good thing I'm not in Boston. Like, what do I do with that? I don't even know what to. I wanted to visit Boston until I was told that bullshit.
Right? Yeah, East Coast is a bit different than the Midwest. The Midwest
Yeah.
are like aggressive and nice and polite, and then you go to the East Coast and it's a little raw. Like you've got to be prepared for it.
Yeah. So it's just kind of funny where kind of different levels of, that subjective attitude that either adds or detracts from your hotness or your attractiveness or your beauty, kind of plays in also, which I always find fascinating.
There's a couple, Eric in the chat asking a couple questions about men who aren't swayed by hot women. I actually think that high value men, they want a woman that's put together. Obviously, she's got to look good on her arm, but that's like level one. That's like first gate. Like you're not even getting past the gate if you're not looking good. It's not that they're swayed by it, but it's like, okay, those are the only women I'm messing with. But if you're not kind to other people, like an Alf to me, and again, I'm only going off of the man in my house. If I wasn't kind to other people, or if I wasn't interested in his mission, or if he knew that I was just very selfish and wanting things for myself and didn't have my stuff together, he wouldn't have wasted time on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
He could look at me and be like, okay, yeah, you're hops. Okay. Yeah, there's lots of hot women. Like what's the package? What's coming? Like, are you gonna be my secret weapon? Are you gonna be on this mission with me? Are we going on a journey? Am I gonna have to worry about you on our adventures?
Yeah.
Like no, you're not going to. He figured, like, once he got through I'm attracted to this person. Is this going to be a one night, or is this going to be a more than that? Because the one nighters are like, whatever, like, okay, this girl's hot. I'll use her for whatever. But yeah, I think that most high value men, so many hot women come across their plate that they're just their path that they're just like, okay, but what else?
Absolutely. Well, and that's like even on Fort Worth's live stream on Monday, he was asked some questions about like what made me, the girl that he's now engaged to or whatever, like, and he said, she's got a stable mood. The person that you guys see is the person that I see. She's that way when she wakes up. She's that way right before she goes to bed. She's that way when she's frustrated. She's that way when she doesn't feel good or when she does. She's that way whether we're doing something fun or something boring. Like, I'm just kind of me. And, it's very rare that that's not true. And I think that's just it's genetic. That's the way all of the generations are. That's the way I was raised. Like, you know, I'm just kind of that way. You're very much that way. You know, we're just bubbly people.
Yeah.
But he was like, that's a major factor. I never have to your point, I never have to wonder what I'm walking into whenever, if she's going to behave the way she's supposed to in this environment, if I can take her to a corporate event or to a friend's barbecue and she knows how to behave in both of those environments, if she's going to embarrass me, if she's going to, you know, act the part, but also just, is she going to believe in my mission? Is she going to be my biggest cheerleader? Is she's going, you know,
or
to
she
not
just
try to
for the
compete
money?
with me? Yeah.
Right? Like that, the whole entitlement, like, take me on trips, buy me this. You didn't buy me anything. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you got me a Coach bag and not a Birkin? Like,
yeah,
that's not a Skittles girl. Like, that comes up almost on every time we talk, but I'm a Skittles girl. Like, yeah. I remember he put me through the skills test. I didn't know about it. I didn't know what it was. And he gave me Skittles, and I was like, "Oh, you got Skittles?" He's like, "Yeah, I was at the store." I'm like, "I love Skittles. This is great." You know, and he's like, You just passed the test." And I was like, "What'd I do?"
I didn't know there was a test, but I'm glad I passed.
and he, you know, he took me to get Lobos. That's a big ticket item. And I was like, no. We'll just buy a used pair off of Facebook. I said, "That's fine. I don't need." He's like, "I'm taking you." And I'm like, no, I don't. Oh my goodness. Oh, are you serious? He's like, "Yeah, we're going into the Scottsdale Fashion Mall. They have a store in the mall, the salon. You're going to go." And I like dressed up to do, I'm like, I'm going in.
Yes. You can't go in there looking like a hag.
No. And I was like, oh my God. And he goes, "You're buying a pair? Choose or I will choose for you." And I was like, oh my God. It was very uncomfortable for me because I don't spend that kind of money on myself. But I would never expect that. But that experience lives rent free in my brain. And I don't wear those shoes all the time because they're expensive.
Absolutely. But imagine how different your personality, what you bring to the table would be if you expected that from him instead of being shocked and amazed and excited and so grateful. I mean, that's a completely different human being that you're dealing with.
Completely different human. I don't even, he would never be with me if I was ever like that.
Yeah. And I mean, and we've had clients over the years who had objectively attractive, hot girlfriends, fiancés, wives that they absolutely loathed because their attitude was so terrible. They would scream at them. They would be entitled. They would be just miserable people to be around. You know, they would get drunk and they would be embarrass them. You know, like all of these factors, exactly like what you're talking about, this entitlement factor. And this makes the woman unattractive. She may still be, objectively hot, and she may be subjectively hot to people who don't actually know her. But once you know her, you're like, actually get this bitch away from me because she is a terror.
Yeah. And that does go a long way. Like when you see like couples that are mismatched on the outside, you're like, wait a minute, one's hotter than the other. But the personality goes so far because that's what makes you the secret weapon. And outside of the Skittles test, I would say you just mentioned, like, how is she when she's been drinking?
Yes.
Does she know when to cut herself off? Does she drink water? Does she make a fool of herself? Does she get so drunk that she's passed out? Like, how is she? Is she a mean drunk? Is she? That's a good thing to know.
It is.
I'm a pretty fun, happy drunk.
I bet you are.
I don't drink that much, but let's just say when we were in Japan on our honeymoon, we were in Osaka waiting for a cab, and I was like trying to take his clothes off, and he's like, "Would you stop, woman? We need to get in this cab. This is not appropriate for Japan. Like, you lock it up." And I was like, "Rawr," and he's like, "Oh, I mean, the cab driver comes, has white gloves on and everything, and he's like, you know, lock it up, like stop." Like, I don't get like that often. Like that, I didn't. It was like all you can drink, and it was like the way they make margaritas is basically straight tequila. But anyways,
I was just saying that's why I don't drink tequila anymore, because once tequila touches the lips, there's zero self-control. I can control myself on any other alcohol, but tequila, not so much. Not so
That's all
much.
I drink.
Tequila makes my clothes fall off in public spaces. And it was a sad day when tequila stopped agreeing with me. It stopped when I stopped having control over tequila and tequila started having control over me. Oh, but as long as I stay away from tequila, I stay on good behavior.
There you go. Yeah, you got to know yourself, you know?
But I know that about myself. Oh my gosh.
This has been lovely. We're going on.
I know. So much fun. Okay, let's wrap up, but let's talk about number one job of girls. And by girls, I mean women. I'm not talking about anything inappropriate, people, but like, is to look hot. So let's come up with some like standard, and we didn't discuss this ahead of time, so this is a pop quiz for both of us.
Yeah.
But like, let's talk about some standard things that aren't based in type, that aren't based in a guy's general proclivities and what he looks for, attitude wise or whatever. But what makes a woman hot essentially across the board at any age, at any stage in life, whatever?
I would say structured clothing.
Yeah.
Structured fitted clothing. It doesn't have to be skin tight, but something that provides structure to how you look. Eye contact, simple. Making eye contact and smiling. Smiling goes so far.
I'll never understand why people don't smile more. I don't understand wanting to have a resting bitch face, or knowing that you have one and not working to actively overcome it. I don't understand women of a certain age, and by that I mean usually about 40 and beyond. I'm 48 years old. If I'm not smiling, I look like a tired old hag. I'm like, oh, that's not what I want at all. Like, I'm running on the treadmill and I smile, because the last thing that anybody wants is for me to not be smiling while I'm bouncing up and down on a treadmill. I'm like, it just doesn't look good. It's not an attractive look. So like this serious, like sexy face past 40, I don't generally think that it looks good. So smiling, yes.
Smiling, eye contact, the way you walk.
Yes.
Right? You should have your shoulders up, walk with confidence, and
head up, chest up, shoulders back.
I mean, not like I don't know how to explain it, but and it doesn't have to be the model walk with like right in front of each other and everything, but there is this, kind of presence that you have when you're walking and you're kind of looking around and you're smiling and you're making eye contact at people. It just screams femininity. And if you've got some structured clothes on that's put together. Now, they do make some nice casual wear, right?
Yeah.
I totally get that. Yoga pants, I totally get that. Should it be always, I don't know, I like jeans, I have some baggy jeans. It's not my best look. It's comfortable. I like to wear it, but I try to wear more fitted on the top if I'm baggy on the bottom. If you're baggy all over, you don't look serious. You don't look,
right.
That feminine piece.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think, one of the rules that I have is I want to see what that outfit or what that complete look looks like in photos, because what I see in the mirror is different than what I see in a photograph of myself in that outfit. So I kind of go, oh, if I look at a picture and I'm like, oh, that's cute. No. That doesn't mean it's attractive. That doesn't mean it's flattering. That doesn't mean it's a good color on me. It means like, I don't know, it's got Disney ears or on it or something. Like that's a different vibe. But something that genuinely is looks good on your body, is flattering to your figure, and brings out your best qualities while also, let's be real, hiding some of the more negative qualities. This is a win. And I'm not talking about push-up bras and padded panties that make you have booties or whatever if you don't. But I mean, like you say, these structurally significant pieces that give your frame some structure and something that like lays beautifully is going to make your body look better, look its best.
And if you go to put something on as a woman, if you go to put something on in your closet and you're like, ugh, and I'm like, get rid of it.
Get rid of it. Get it out of there. You will keep wearing it and keep hating it.
You will.
I don't wear prints. I don't wear prints. I don't wear huge prints. I don't wear a lot of different colors. There are several colors that I just know. I don't like them on myself. They don't really look great. I like the color because I like all colors, but you know. But yes, I would love to be able to wear these beautiful big floral prints, but they look atrocious on me.
I can't. I have a couple floral prints, very far and few between. I'm not a big. I'm with you. I'm not a huge print. I'm wearing this. I had to buy this. It was in White House Black Market on the clearance rack. It's totally not my size, so I'm wearing something structured underneath it.
Yeah.
And I tied it up. See, I tie it up like this.
Oh yeah. Is it kissy lips? Is that what that is? Is it
yes.
lips?
It's lips.
So fitting. I love that.
Right? I'm like, I have to get it. But usually for prints, I'm not a huge fan. Stripes, polka dots, I'll do, but usually, nice solid. And if you've never done your colors, go online, go figure out what your colors are, what your color schema. There is a art around it. And if you don't know how to dress yourself, there's plenty of people out there that don't know how to dress. Go get your colors done, do an online questionnaire, put the colors up against you, figure it out, and just stick with that, because that definitely. And I will admit, Eric, yes, animal prints, 100%. I hit 50 and I have a animal print in my Jeep. I have animal print purse. I have shorts. You name it. I've got the animal print of it. Like I have so much animal print because I told myself I couldn't wear it until I was 50 for whatever reason. Growing up, every time I wanted to wear it, my mom's like, "That's so old," and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Now I'm like, I'll wear what I want to wear.
Eric G, I say just say no to animal print. See, that's where the good thing is. Sarah Beth and I come from two different angles and everything. So I'm gonna be like, not only no, but fuck no. But she looks adorable in them. So
note to self.
I'll say hot.
Next time we see each other, I'm gonna be in like animal print from head to toe.
And I will be in all solids. and a little belt and maybe some loafers. Let's talk shoes. I say, a way to like see if, like heels hit different. Heels hit men's receptors differently. Like a strappier shoe is going to hit differently. There are different shoes that are going to like kind of hit those receptors, and it's going to be hot. Or my mother owned those shoes. Like,
shoes are really hard. Shoes are really difficult. Like I have funky feet that I can't wear. I can't wear those pointed shoes. I have a very difficult time finding. When I went to the Lobos, like I couldn't get.
I was going to say, I bet you had a lot of trouble.
they were 2 straps. It was a spring edition, and it gave me enough room for my feet, but it is difficult. I agree. Heels make your butt look good. Like it makes your calves,
they make your legs look good.
Oh,
they make you look thinner because they make you look taller.
But you got to practice. I would say when I did the bodybuilding and I had to practice in the 4-inch heels and all that stuff, it made me much better about wearing them in public. He loves it. He loves when I wear heels. I try to wear heels. I look for comfortable heels. He loves it when I wear heels. And so I do practice more. The platforms definitely help. He bought me a pair of pleasers. If you don't know what pleasers are, they're the ones that the strippers wear, you know, with the big platform and the 6-inch heel thing. I don't wear those. I wore them out like maybe once, and it was, I don't know if I looked.
People kept putting 20s in your G-string.
But definitely, you know, those aren't easy to wear, and I can't walk in them. Like I can walk into the place, I can walk out. But if it's somewhere we're doing laps anywhere, I can't do it. Do it. It's going to hurt. I'm not going to be able to wear it. So there's lots of different shoes. You got to figure out the ones that make everything pop, the size of the heel, whether it's a kitten or a platform or whatever, and go with that. But then give your ladies a little bit of grace on the heels. Not everybody can wear the 4-inch, 5-inch.
And I always say, my phrase is always, I could run a marathon in heels. I know
plenty of people can do that.
Yeah.
I can't.
and Fort Worth always says, if you have a girl show up to a date in those ballet flats, you're not in for a good time. Like she's not there to fuck.
I can see that. I can definitely see that.
But you know, I think a lot. I feel like we talked at the subject. We talked around the subject. We kind of gave our mature take on the subject. And by mature, I don't mean old. I just mean like we have been through seasons. We've been through them, and we kind of like grandparents when they're like, oh, I understand now what's not important and what is important, and what I obsessed about as the new mom isn't necessarily as important now that I look back at it. Similar in kind. We kind of see a bigger picture from this stage of life, and it's very helpful. And I think that both of us still do a fine job of still looking hot and doing our part to beautify the world in our own vivacious, bubbly way, sexy way.
And being fit is the best anti-aging.
It's a life hack. Yeah.
It is a life hack. You're setting your kids up for success. If you increase activity in your household, if you eat healthy in the household, if that's just a part of life in your household, it is the best anti-aging, best health hack you will have, is just being active, being fit, being strong. You recover from things better. You are more, you can, move easier. I see my parents now, and I'm fitter than they are when they were at my age, which is great. And they love to see it. And I just know that I'm going to have a longer life, more active life because of it. And it is a life hack. And the earlier you start, the better. Stay hot. Start hot, stay hot.
Stay hot. Stay hot. Woo! It's all about the vibe. Yeah. I love that. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. If you guys have any more questions, or if you have any ideas of what you guys would like to hear Sarah Beth and I dig into, please feel free to reach out. We always come up with really great ideas on our own, but we like input,
Definitely.
Thank you guys. Have a great day. Stay sexy. Go look for those hot wives.